The Eagles are just too good. They're my pick to honestly go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. Jalen Hurts, he's the real deal. He could do it all. He could throw. He could run. He's going to beat you either way.
What's happening, everybody? I'm Brandon Tierney. This is week 3 of Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, brought to you by BetMGM. Pretty simple stuff. Each week, 2 professional sports cappers compete against each other to make you some bank. We'll find the best bets for week 3. I'll decide who earns the cash, and at the end of the show, we'll throw down one big bet for Sunday's game with the Niners and the Broncos. We got the champ. We got the challenger. This guy's from Long Island. Gio, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
What's going on, everybody? My name is Gio. I'm a content creator and social media manager here at the Game Day. You could find me on Twitter at TGDGio. I love a good parlay. The more legs, the better.
You feeling confident or what?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good about
All right,
today.
good vibe to start the show. This guy's got the old school Cooperstown collection. Sonics last week. Andre Dawson this week. He's already bagged a win, and he's going for 2. Welcome back, Kev.
Yes, I'm glad to be back. I work here at the Game Day as a betting analyst, and I'm ready to take on Gio because I'm hoping his picks suck worse than the traffic on the Long Island Expressway.
Now, in the event that you don't win, what's the bet here? What are we looking at this week?
So the winner gets to pelt the loser with eggs.
Can I listen? I got a pretty good arm. Can I join in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Now, all right, here's the deal. Our buddy Kenny bets big. He's riding around in a banana suit. Get this nut job.
So I lost the Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is competition, and this is my punishment. I gotta wear this stupid banana suit. I'm out here, people looking at me stupid. Hey, how you doing, man? What's going on? He's not feeling the suit.
Ready to roll?
Let's do it.
All right, I'll take it as a yes. You didn't really,
I just nodded.
I'm just making sure.
Real bosses don't have words.
Okay, he wins once. He thinks he's taking over the joint. Here we go. Gio, you're up first. This one's for $20 here. They're going to go to the Sunday night game between the Niners and the Broncos, which we'll get to a little bit more extensively later on in the show. Has a line of 1.5 according to BetMGM. So as it stands right now, which other game in week 3 currently has a line of exactly 1.5? One and a hook.
I'm going with the Packers and the Buccaneers.
Packers and the Bucks. Okay, champ, what do you have? You
It's
heard
not
his
the
answer?
Packers and the Buccaneers. It's another game that I don't remember, so I'm just going to have to take a guess. Just for some laughs, I'm just going to say
Throw out a game, brother.
Colts and Chiefs.
Boy, those Colts are confounding, by the way. Jeez. Falcons and the Seahawks is the answer. Now, for an extra $10, and I'll assign victory here, which team are you riding with? You have the Falcons or Seattle? Gio.
I'm going to go with the Falcons. They've looked decently well on offense. The start hasn't been good, but they've come back into games. That's another team, all Swedish, no finish. They haven't been able to get over there.
Yep.
But they have the proper pieces to win some games, both on offense and defense. And the Seahawks, listen, they beat the Broncos in week 1. People overhyped them, and they lost the following week. I'm taking the Falcons here.
What are you doing?
I like the Seahawks at home. You know, it's a pretty tough crowd to play in front of. And off the top of my head, I don't know what team is better. So I think that's what wins it for them.
Okay, I'm going to actually go with Gio on this. I was not bullish on the Falcons coming in. Not that I'm saying they're going to win some extravagant, have some gaudy win total here, but I think that the Falcons have more talent than I thought. And I think there's a little overreaction. Wow, Gino, he galvanized those fans week 1. Denver's not even that good, so that win is a little bit of a different perception there. $10 for you, stick it in the pocket. All right, for $35, I want to talk about the Cowboys playoff odds here. According to BetMGM, what are the Cowboys odds to make the playoffs? I give you a little multiple choice, like when we used to cheat back in school, the Scantron, you just circle, and then we can pretty much do that if you're not sure. Plus 150, plus 175, plus 200, or plus 225. Kevin, why don't you get us going on this one?
I'm going to guess it's plus 200.
200 for Kevin. Gio, what do you have? 150, 175, 200, 225.
I keep wanting to agree with Kevin, but again, for argument's sake, I'm going to go with plus 175.
Okay, smart to disagree with Kevin, but you didn't latch on to the proper one. Both of you guys, nothing there. The correct answer is plus 150, the current Dallas Cowboys playoff odds there. So, do those seem like fair odds? What do you think the way the season sets up, what they've done so far? Go ahead.
Those are not fair odds, and BetMGM should make a fortune on people taking the yes, because at plus 150, that's a break-even percentage of 40%. The way you get that is 100 divided by 100 plus whatever the plus money is, so that's 100 divided by 250, 40%. And come on, you really think the Cowboys have a better than 40% chance, especially with their current QB situation, and the Eagles of making the playoffs? Nah.
I don't vehemently disagree, but I think we all agree the AFC is better than the NFC in terms of Super Bowl viable teams. Fair assertion?
100%.
Fair? Okay. So with what I think appears to be a dearth of high-quality teams in the NFC, the route to the playoffs isn't just the division. There's wild card ground there as well.
And that's what I was going to go with. I think it is pretty fair because, listen, Jerry Jones keeps saying Dak Prescott's coming back sooner than ever. And even though they didn't look good against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Bucs didn't look good in that game either. They haven't looked good this season, even though they're 2-0. So the NFC is weaker. So there are 3 wild card spots up for grabs. Cooper Rush, he looked pretty good. He looked pretty decent. He could win them maybe a couple more games, kind of hold off the rest of the teams until Dak comes back. I 100% agree with you. The Eagles are going to win the NFC East, but I think the Cowboys could kind of sneak in to that, third wild card spot.
I mean, think about this. Like the Packers week 1 looked blah. The other night, the Vikings looked blah. You mentioned the Buccaneers offense all over the map. I mean, you don't really believe in the Lions yet and some of the other teams that surprised early. So, interesting. I'm going to split the nut here. I'm going to give you guys each $5. All right, guys. This is a bigger one for $40. Who's ready to make a little noise? $40? Good?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Let's make some noise.
Let's go. Let's talk over-unders. There's 2 games this week that have an over-under set 53.5 or higher. One is the Bills-Dolphins. What's the other game with an over-under of 53.5 going into week number 3? Your first, Gio.
I'm going with, because I was looking earlier, I'm going with the Vikings and the Lions.
Okay, Vikings and the Lions for you. How about yourself?
Vikings and the Lions as well.
Okay. All right. That was simple. That was easy. 40 a pop. Boom, boom. $40 each. Well done. And for an extra 10, does it seem too high? Is that a number that you would set it at?
Yes. Honestly, yes. I'm going to, look past how the Vikings played against the Eagles on Monday night, just because the Lions have looked good against in both games. They've scored over 30 points. The Vikings have a strong offense. The defense is questionable. The defense on both sides is a little bit questionable, while the offenses are explosive and can put up big numbers. So I think that game could balloon up there.
I also have the over as well if I had to pick a side. There's just so much firepower between these teams. Could be a close game where you don't really have one team running out the clock. That's one danger when you have explosive offensive teams. Team gets up to a lead, runs the clock. I see this coming down to the wire and with both teams scoring.
Listen, there's really no locks, but I'm running to put the over on this one. A simple philosophy of mine, I flip on a game and I see stars, multiple, on both sides at the wide receiver position, the way the rules are set up, the way these offenses could click and score quickly. I'm with you. Both of you guys get $10. All right, guys, score recap time. Gio setting the pace, 95.
Coming in hot.
The challenger's coming out swinging. The champ on his heels a bit, 55.
I mean, last week I had less money than Kenny bets big, and I still turned him to Kenny loses big.
You're a second half kind of guy. That's what they say. Let's jump into a new segment here, guys. We call it Did They Know? Now, here's the deal. Brand new segment on the show, and we went to a Bills bar on Monday, and we have a couple of questions. Want to see how well they know their team. Let's first meet Teddy. Teddy, take it away.
Hey guys, I'm Teddy Riethmeyer. I'm 27. I've been a Bills fan since I was 5, I think. Getting bullied all through high school, middle school, everything else.
So for $30, and Gio, you go first here. We asked Teddy to name every opponent the Bills are going to play this year. Obviously, you know the division, so you're getting a couple right there, including the opponents from weeks 1 and 2. Did Teddy get over or under 12 and a half?
I'm going to go under. It's hard.
Yeah, he was a little slow to some of those moments. Maybe the brain wasn't firing with the schedule. What about you, Kev?
I'm going to go over. So 12 and a half, 6 already are freebies because they play those 6 games every year. So for the other 7, he's probably thinking, okay, I'm planning my schedule for the fall. which games might I go to? Which games might I watch? What time are they going to be? When do I have to be home to do whatever I do? So because he's planning his schedule, I'm going over.
So we've got the Los Angeles Rams, Tennessee Titans, Miami Dolphins, New York Jets, New England Patriots, Kansas City Chiefs. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to play the Los Angeles Chargers.
All right, now we're just throwing Hail Marys. We're just firing darts at the board, hoping we hit something there. He was not surprised that he didn't get it. He was under. So you got that one there, Gio, and your hole is getting bigger, my man. All right, question number 2. Let's say hello to Shauna and Maria.
Hi, I'm Shauna. I'm from San Jose, California, and I was born a Bills fan because my parents are from Niagara Falls, New York.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm from Buffalo, New York, so I've been a Bills fan since birth.
Forever!
All right, absolutely. You're born up there. You better represent the Bills. Great fans. So how about this? Another $25. Gio, you're going to take this one first. We asked Maria and Shauna to name the 2 quarterbacks who were selected before their quarterback, obviously Josh Allen. This is the 2018 draft. Do you think they were able to identify both?
No.
You're going to say no?
I think I'm going with no.
All right there, Kev. Do you think they'll know?
I don't think they're going to know who was drafted before Josh Allen, just because people have short memories and they probably only pay attention to the Bills.
I think both of you guys are right. Let's check it out.
Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson.
Certainly better than the 2 quarterbacks that are the actual answer. They should have gone higher. Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. All right, guys, for an extra $10, the teams that passed on Josh Allen, the Browns, they passed on him twice, the Browns did, the Giants, the Jets, the Broncos, and the Colts. Of those teams, and you can make the case that all of them wish they had Josh, but which team could have really used him the most? Why don't you take this first there, Kev?
I'm definitely gonna say either the Giants or the Colts. I can't make up my mind which. There's pretty strong arguments. The Giants, we've seen how poor they've been off with Daniel Jones. But stylistically, Josh Allen wouldn't be that much different. The Colts, they don't have a long-term young quarterback. They had Phillip Rivers pretty recently. They have Matt Ryan this year. So long-term, they're better off with Josh Allen. So I guess if I had to pick between the Giants and the Colts, I would go with the Colts just because they need a long-term answer.
Who would you take?
I'm going to go with the Browns.
Okay.
They passed on him twice. They could be using him right about now. What Baker was doing, Baker played above his weight class. And, some of the plays that Baker could have made but didn't, Josh Allen probably could have made.
Yeah, both of those work. I'll give $10 to each of you guys. I think you guys make good cases for both. I would actually say Denver. I remember, I was actually on air when they were playing this bowl game, one of the more obscure bowl. I forget which one it was. But John Elway was there scouting them, and he was actually on the field watching Allen play. And, similar skill set to John, mobile, big arm, strong, tough, durable. And I think would have fitted nicely. Now, they rebounded somewhat with Russell Wilson, but if you think of the players before Russell Wilson, I'm going to say Denver. All right, guys, now a little friend-on-friend challenge. See if these guys can make it happen. Here is Alex and Joe.
My name's Alex. I've been a Bills fan my whole life. Grew up in Buffalo.
My name's Joe, also been a Bills fan 30 years.
Very economical with their words. But their conviction is strong, as it is with all Bills fans. This one's for 30, all right? Now, Alex is going to try to name 8 Bills players before Joe finishes chugging his beer. And this is fun. Who's going to finish first?
Joe's on the right?
Joe is on the right.
Joe. Oh, Joe.
Okay, Joe's going to win first. What about you?
The guy chugging the beer.
Which is going to be Joe. All
Joe.
right, let's go.
Okay, Josh Allen, Gabriel Davis, Ed Oliver, Stephon Diggs. Damn, this makes me nervous.
Go Bills, baby.
Joe, our money was on Joe, and we got rewarded. Joe banging back that cold one pretty good.
Joe deletes him. Joe absolutely deletes him.
For an extra $10, Kevin, as the returning champion that you are, I'm going to offer you to keep playing and name an extra 10 Bills players in 30 seconds. Now, if you do it, you'll get the money. If you don't think you can do that, you can offer it up to Gio to give it a shot. So do you know the names, or you want to put Gio on the spot here?
I'm going to put Gio on the spot because I don't know the names. I only know the numbers.
You can't say Josh Allen, can't say Gabriel Davis, can't say Ed Oliver, cannot say Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
So the rest of the roster is up for grabs.
All right, let me try.
All right.
Von Miller, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, Isaiah McKenzie.
Time's
That's
ticking.
tough.
Look at him
That's
hitting the
tough.
wall.
Oh, no.
Come on, man.
Is Matt Barkley still there? Is he the backup?
I don't think so.
Don't know. We'll still say it as a no. Tre'Davious White.
There you go.
5.
That's 5. 4 seconds. You better get moving, buddy. Up. Kevin,
Yeah.
smart move
Micah
pass.
Hyde.
And Micah Hyde, but bang, but not even close. All right, guys, we got a little scoreboard update. Gio setting the tone. 265 for the challenger. The champ, he's within shouting distance. He has 185, but you're going to have to get going. Let's keep it moving. Penultimate segment here. Best pickup line. All right, guys. This is your last shot, all right, to win some more money before we go to the final round. I'm going to list a Week 3 matchup for you, and you're both going to hit me with your best lock. Each round will be worth $50. So we're up in the ante. We're going to go with Gio first up out of the chute. Bengals-Jets. Give me a lock there.
I'm going to go with the over. I believe it's at 45.5. I like both offenses. I don't really like both defenses, but that plays into part of the both offenses scoring a lot of points. You know, the Bengals, they've been losing the past 2 games. They're technically on a 3-game losing streak if you go back to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to come back with a vengeance, and their offense, they have a lot of key players. And the Jets, they're going to keep riding high on this Joe Flacco train. I think it's going to go over.
You know, it's funny. It's a manageable number. I kind of like it as well. I tend to agree. And the Jets' O-line is okay. The Bengals' O-line is not good. And you should have some opportunities where both quarterbacks maybe getting hit from behind, a loose ball, short field, easy touchdown, could play into the number. Kev, what do you have? Best lock?
My best lock is the under, and here is why. Bengals, come on, bro. You think they're going to be able to establish the run? They haven't been able to with Joe Mixon in their first 2 games. Now the Jets, on the other side of the coin, they could cover. The issue is with Joe Flacco and, you know, their kind of scattered running game, how are they supposed to establish any sort of offense? So I see this as an ugly game, decided by about 3 points. Whoever wins is going to be 20-17.
So you're going under, you're going over. You know, I got to tell you, I'm kind of conflicted here. I really am. I know there's weapons, both sides. Jamar Chase, Higgins could play. We talk about Elijah Moore, talk about Garrett Wilson, talk about running backs. Logic tells me, and the weather's going to be decent, by the way. Weather, I have to go over. Like, I want to keep this thing tight. I want to hand out 50 points, but you got to earn it. I'm going to go 50 to Gio. I really am here. I think this game's going to go over. All right. Kevin, maybe you get some points back here. Eagles, Commanders, best lock.
Best lock are the Commanders. If you look at the Game of the Year odds before the season started, it was at Eagles -4. Now you got Commanders at home, almost +7. They're +6.5, -105. I think that's an overreaction to what we've seen the first 2 weeks. Going to stick with the Commanders.
I'm going to go with the Eagles spread here. I like the Commanders, but the Eagles are just too good. They're my pick to honestly go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. Jalen Hurts, he's the real deal. He could do it all. He could throw. He could run. He's going to beat you either way. The receivers are strong with A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith finally got back into the game. And defensively, they held Kirk Cousins down. They held down Justin Jefferson, who is the best wide receiver in the NFL. While the Commanders, they have good receivers, but it's not at the Justin Jefferson level. It's not at the Adam Thielen level. And Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback, in my opinion, than Carson Wentz. And when you're holding that kind of offense to 7 points, you're going to struggle against the Eagles. So I have the Eagles winning this one.
And I'm not basing it on any numbers as much as I am knowing the topsy-turvy nature of this division here. Historically, I'm giving you the $50. You got the 50 the previous time. No blood yet. We have one more to go. $50 on the table. All right. Packers, Bucks. You're still the champ until further notice. Go ahead, Gio.
I'm going to go with, because I think they're the underdog, I'm going to go with the Packers money line. It's a bit juice. It's not too high, not too low. Going with the Packers money line. big bounce back game last week for Aaron Rodgers and the offense. You could finally believe in the receivers again. Allen Lazard stepped up big. I think that's going to continue moving forward. The Bucs haven't looked that good. They've won 2 games. Yeah, they're 2-0. They haven't looked that good. I think the Packers are going to start to turn things around and show the rest of the league that they're still a contender, while the Bucs might take a step back, especially after last game.
Something's missing with the Bucs this year, so I agree with that. At least what we've seen so far. Not that it can't change, but so far I'm not loving what I see in Tampa. Well, how do you split this? Maybe split the difference. What do you got?
Both of these teams are underperforming, and overall, I think the Bucs are the better team. And the question for me was whether I go with a 2.5 spread or whether I go with the Bucs minus 130 money line. And for me, I looked at the numbers and determined the money line was the better bet because 8% of NFL games are decided by 2 points or less.
Okay. Good logic there. You know, I do still like that Buccaneers defense a lot. And while I don't know where this offense goes in the next month or so, show enough respect to Brady to just leave the door slightly ajar that they rectify things. Even if he doesn't, that defense could wreck a game. I don't see the Packers game wrecking an offensive game and like the Bucs can. I'm going to give it to you. $50 on Tampa here. $50 as we close the gap. 50 spot to you. All right, guys, this is it. We've reached the point. It's go time. We call it the big one. Gio, you're leading the way. You got 315. That's the bankroll right now. Kevin, you're at 285. Not bad. Certainly within shouting distance. And this is where we really put our money where our mouth is here. We're going to hit the Niners-Broncos Sunday night game. Best bet. How you splitting up the cash? Kevin, you're trailing, so you're going to go first here despite being the champ.
So I'm doing a Hail Mary. 1-game parlay. 49ers minus 5.5. Broncos under 24.5 team points for a total of plus 195.
All right, Gio. So you heard where he's splitting this up. What are you doing? What do you have?
I got 3 bets going.
Okay.
I got the 49ers minus 1.5 for $140. I have the under at 45.5 points at $100. My final bet to cover my tail, the Broncos money line at $75.
Interesting. The way you slice that pie.
So even if the 49ers lose and the Broncos win, I get the plus odds bonus there, and if hopefully the under hits.
All right, guys, and for the record, I'm in. Whoever loses, I'm pelting. I'm helping out. Is that cool?
It works for me.
Yeah, I'm ready to egg Gio on.
Mm-hmm. Boy, he's gone. That's the third time he got to that well.
Like I said, all about dad jokes despite not being a father.
Well, you got that market corner for sure. Hey, listen, check it out. Go to thegameday.com. Check out what we had there. All the latest offers from our friends over at BetMGM. Make sure you subscribe. Drop your best bets below and enjoy all the Week 3 games. We'll see you next week right here. Bye-bye, guys.